Hey, what's up, guys? It's Brian and Scott here at New York Comic Con 2016. Now, Scott, you went to a panel for the brand new Resident Evil movie called Resident Evil: The Final Chapter.
Right. Resident Evil: The Final Chapter-ish, maybe?
So is it the final chapter? Is this the last of these movies? Are they finally done? And I don't mean that like, are they finally done, but are they finally done?
Well, so Milla Jovovich, who is the star, of course, who plays Alice, she said, yeah, the final chapter. Part 2 coming soon to a theater near you. So they were kind of joking around it. I mean, it's a panel, so they're always having fun. And so, but it seemed to me that they weren't necessarily, they were saying, yeah, it's the final chapter, but who knows? You know, we're not ruling anything out here. So we'll see, I guess.
I think the logic is as long as there's money to be made, they'll keep making money. So what kind of stuff can people expect from this film?
Well, it's interesting because it seems like they're really going back to the first movie. They're going back to Raccoon City and the Hive, where it all started. And we're seeing a bunch of the villains who we've seen in previous films. So there's the Red Queen, the computer virus. There's Wesker, who had come into the series. And there's Dr. Isaacs, who I think was the bad guy in this second one, I think, right? And so they're all back, and Alice is going back, and it seems like she's teaming up with the Red Queen now. The Red Queen promises her an antivirus which will wipe out the T-virus, which was the thing from the very first movie that turned everyone into zombies. So they're trying to go back and wrap everything up, and there have always been all these dangling questions throughout the series. They claim they're going to answer all the questions and end it sort of definitively. So we'll see if that really happens or not. But it definitely feels like we're going back to where it began, right? Like back to Raccoon City.
That's really cool because it feels like the game with Resident Evil 7 that's coming out next year is going back to the roots of like survival horror. And the movies, I think, got a little bit off the rails and sort of became like full-blown action movies. Yeah. And I think they're going back to the horror elements as well. Yeah. So yeah, it's really cool to hear.
Yeah, and one other thing was just Paul W.S. Anderson, who's the director and kind of the godfather of this series. He mentioned that like, he couldn't imagine making a video game movie having not played the video game. And he was like, I take umbrage to these filmmakers who brag that they've never played the video game and make the movie. It's like adapting War and Peace without reading the book. And that was kind of like the...
Looking at you, Super Mario Brothers, the movie. No one working on that ever played that game. It's 100% true. Scott, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
This is Brian. We'll be here at Comic-Con all weekend long covering all things video games, movies, TV shows, and pop culture. So you're already in the right place. IGN.